Well, you're not going to like this. Members of Congress asking President Obama for special subsidies to help them and their staffs pay their ObamaCare premiums, and the president agreed. So now you, the taxpayers, are on the hook. Does that sound fair? Republican Congressman Ron DeSantis joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Greta.
Okay, do you think it's fair that members of Congress and their staffs get a subsidy from the federal government for their health care premiums? And if not, what are you going to do about it?
I don't think it's fair at all. The text of Obamacare puts members of Congress and our staffs in exactly the same position as millions of Americans who are going to see their employer-based health care upended due to the structure of Obamacare. And so members of Congress and staff members, they're eligible for the same subsidies that everybody else is eligible for, but a lot of people in Congress weren't happy with that, and so they basically engineered this backroom deal, which was announced, mind you, right as we were leaving for August recess, that will grant members of Congress and staff special subsidies that are not available to anyone else throughout the country, and I think that that's wrong. We can't treat ourselves as a separate governing class. We're supposed to be serving the American people, so I'm going to file legislation when we get back to basically stop that. I don't think it's lawful in the first place because the Obamacare provision at issue is pretty clear that we're supposed to be in the exchanges like everybody else. And so in this case, I think there was some funny business that the bureaucracy is trying to pull.
Well, I don't get how anyone thinks that it's okay to sort of pull off that one. I mean, here the whole idea of this Obamacare was everyone gets in the pot so that it'll lower the prices. Presumably the healthy people don't draw from medical care as the sick people do, of course. And the very people who pushed it, the Democrats on Capitol Hill, and the president who signed it, now give a special deal back to Capitol Hill because they don't like the price, because they worry there's going to be some huge brain drain, that if they pay the same price as others do, they'll get the same eligibility as subsidies, that somehow everybody on Capitol Hill is going to quit his job on the staffs, and they're going to, I mean, there's going to be this big brain drain. I don't know where they're going to go. There are no jobs in this country anyway if they wanted to leave. So I don't get how they think they can pull this one off.
Well, yeah, I don't either, but what they did, notice what they did. What they needed to do, if they really wanted to create this special subsidy, was pass a law. But they knew they wouldn't be able to get away with that. So they had the bureaucracy issue this administrative rule. And guess what that means? That means members of Congress aren't going to have to go on record to say whether they support this or not. And so one of the reasons why I'm filing this bill is because I think that the American people should know whether their member of Congress believes that they should get a subsidy that the rest of the country is not eligible for.
In my wildest dreams, I can't imagine I can't imagine how members of Congress would vote against a bill like that, which requires them to be treated the same way as everybody else under the very bill that they themselves passed. And I realize that the Democrats passed it, the Republicans did not. But I mean, and the president signed it. I don't know how they can possibly exempt themselves or get that subsidy. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Congressman, thank you, and good luck on your bill.